We're going to explore some of the best bakeries, cocktail bars, and restaurants in New York City. So sit back, subscribe, and let's get to it. First thing we did after our flight was, of course, head straight to Up Bagels on Thompson Street. We got 3 bagels and a pesto butter for $13. Creamy tempered butter swirled with pesto. These were simple, delicious, and perfect on a cold morning. After wandering around the city, we had some downtime at the hotel. We were refreshed and went to 4 Charles Prime Rib at 4 p.m. since we couldn't land a reservation. They were extremely welcoming and allowed us to sit down for an early dinner with an out-by at 6:45 p.m. before the next reservation. Small, moody, and intimate, a dining room of 9 tables. We of course had to order their double Wagyu Cheeseburger with egg and bacon, which was our appetizer before moving into our main course. Moving on to entrees, we ordered the Sizzling Shrimp Scampi, Wagyu New York Strip, which was a 16-ounce bone-in with béarnaise sauce, truffle mac and cheese, and a loaded baked potato. Desserts, well, we ordered all of them. We were lucky to grab a table on this trip to New York City, so we figured let's try it all. And since we couldn't make up our mind, we got the 3 cakes and last minute threw in the ice cream sundae. And honestly, it was our favorite. They were all solid desserts, but something about the ice cream sundae after a heavy, rich meal was quite refreshing, and we kept finding ourselves going back for another spoonful. We next hopped around to a few more cocktail bars before we were heading to our second dinner of the night. After Katana Kitten, we headed over to Clemente Bar. We had a 7:45 p.m. reservation. It's located above 11 Madison Park, and it's a collaboration between EMP's chef Daniel Humm and artist Francisco Clemente. The bar ranked number 11 on the North America's 50 Best Bars 2025. We had a few excellent cocktails and a few plant-based bites while we enjoyed this cozy, elegant vibe. Next, we had to rush out and head to our second dinner of the night, which was our 9:30 reservation at Torrisi on Mulberry Street. We started with 2 glasses of Biacart Rosé Champagne. For appetizers, we had the charred clam boule and Italian and American hams with zeppelis. Moving on to our next courses were the tortellini pomodoro, capellini cantonese with a half lobster, and the chicken alla griglia. The chicken was delicious and has been one of our favorite dishes both times we've dined here. Next, we headed over to Superbueno and met up with a friend for a few nightcaps. Highly recommend the vodka e-soda. Vodka, guava, pasilla, and soda. A delicious little cocktail, smooth and refreshing. Next, we were venturing off to Brooklyn. It was a cold day, so we walked over the Brooklyn Bridge. Full sunshine, it was beautiful. Clear skies, beautiful views of New York and Brooklyn, on our way over to Dumbo. was a little cold and windy that day, so we stopped in Chacha Matcha for a little matcha latte. Next, we were heading up to Greenpoint. Instead of taking a bus or a subway, we opted for the ferry. We got on the East River Ferry at the Dumbo location and headed up to Greenpoint. It was about a 28-minute trip and it cost $4.50 a person. It was a nice mix-up of public transportation and we got to see beautiful views of New York City and Brooklyn on either side. Getting off in Greenpoint, we walked through the brownstone-lined streets up to Radio Bakery on India Street. One of our favorites here was the brown butter corn cake and the cheesy pretzel bear claw. This corn cake had such a nice texture, chewy on the inside, nice crispiness on the outside, and a little salt and granulated sugar on top. Then we were craving a little more of something savory, so we stopped over at Taqueria Ramirez for the El Pastor, Suadero, and Nopales and Chicharron tacos. Finally, we headed over to Winson Bakery. We headed down to Chinatown to meet some friends at Mission Chinese on Mott Street and got a beautiful spread of some of our favorites here. Next, we took a stroll on the tiny, curved, iconic Doyers Street. Now, I've been on the street many times before, but I just learned that it had a very dark past. It used to be called Bloody Angle in the late 1800s, as it was the scene of violent Tong gang conflicts where secret societies clashed over territory, gambling, and opium. Beneath the street ran a network of tunnels used by gang members to escape police and rivals. Now it is vibrant and trendy with popular restaurants such as Nam Hua Parlor, Chinese Tuxedo, and a high-end hidden cocktail bar, Apothecary. We stopped by Sip and Guzzle for some cocktails after dinner. While we were waiting for a table down below in Sip, we had a few yuzu margaritas. When we finally sat at Sip, we got the tomato tree and the geisha vesper. we snagged a late-night reservation at Jeju over in the West Village. We both got the Gochu Ramyun with a beautiful, rich, spicy pork broth. And finished it all off with chocolate soft serve ice cream with freshly shaved black truffle. Located in the Flatiron District and part of the Côte Korean Steakhouse family, is easily one of the most elevated fried chicken experiences out there, COQODAC. We got their bucket list feast, which includes 2 styles of fried chicken. We got original and a gochujang, along with sides of pickled vegetables, scallion salad, cold perilla seed noodles. We also added the mac and cheese and french fries. The dipping sauces were a great addition, one of our favorites being the cacio e pepe sauce. And to finish it all off, with frozen yogurt and a seasonal fruit, which was passion fruit, which was a nice, refreshing way to end the meal. The space itself is stunning, elegant, and modern. COQODAC definitely redefines what comfort food can be. In 2016, the Oculus opened down by the World Trade Center. Is the major transportation hub in Lower Manhattan, and the interior is designed to be dramatic and cathedral-like. Many visitors describe it as awe-inspiring. This transportation hub connects the PATH train system to and from New Jersey and numerous New York City subway lines, making it a major node in downtown Manhattan. Beneath the dramatic roof, there's a large retail component, the Westfield World Trade Center Mall, which houses dozens of stores and dining options. Martini's is a Japanese-influenced cocktail experience located in Gramercy Union Square area in a renovated 1800s carriage house. We had a few final stops before our way to the airport. One of our favorites down on Mulberry Street in Soho is Rubirosa. We always love the Caesar salad, the mini rice balls, ricotta ravioli with butter sauce, and of course the Rubirosa Supreme Pizza, which we always take to go for breakfast the next morning. And then for some last minute treats, we went down to Supermoon Bakehouse on Rivington Street. We got the passion fruit curd donut and the honey roasted cornflake, macadamia nut, and white chocolate chip cookie, which was voted New York Times top best 5 new cookies. Finally, we hit Hani's Bakery, where we loved their honey cake, cinnamon roll, and chocolate chip cookie. Well, after this weekend was said and done, it required about a 2-day fast. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment on some of your favorite places in New York City.